Hey everybody, what's going on? Juan here, welcome back to the channel, and in this video I finally get a chance to showcase my modified Arcade1UP machine, because going all the way back to 2018, because that was so long ago, to Black Friday, I snagged the Street Fighter 2 Arcade1UP cabinet for around $210. I played it for a little while. There's a video up on that on the channel reviewing the original, the vanilla version of the Street Fighter 2 cabinet, but I got it all naked on the inside. I stripped it out and I put a lot of awesome things in it. So in this video, not only will I be showcasing the final product, which we ran into a lot of problems getting this custom version done, I'm also going to be showcasing 5 of my favorite arcade games of all time. So before you keep watching, don't forget to go to the comment section of the video and let me know which are some of your favorite arcade games. And initially, I had a top-down camera scheduled for this video. I was going to have a lot of different stuff. As you can see, that is not the final product. That's because this is a 4x3 monitor and it's running at 600p, the Elgato game capture actually does not detect it. So I'm recording this right now with my phone, and I'm using the Panasonic G85 camera for the gameplay. So hopefully you enjoy this laid-back experience. But as you can see, this version has 7,765 games available. I have here the Raspberry Pi, and it's got a 64 gigabyte memory card, a microSD, and it's got a little bit of everything. So as you can see, it's got 2,300 arcade games, it's got the Atari 2600, it's got the 7800, the ColecoVision, the Game & Watch, Game Boy, Game Boy Advance, the Master System, Sega Genesis, Neo Geo, so that's one of my most favorite things, especially going all the way back to the arcades. We got a lot of NES games. These are the standard RetroPie settings. This is Scum. I believe those are PC games. I don't know too much about that. The Sega 32X, I never played it. The Sega CD, Super Nintendo, TurboGrafx, CPS 1, 2, and 3. These are more arcade games. A Mario collection. These are 36 games. Mega Man, Sonic, all games. So we are immediately going to kick this thing off hot and spicy by playing one of my favorite arcade games of all time, Knights of the Round. And I mean, when you really think about arcade games, I think one of the biggest satisfactions, yeah, some of them could be fighting games, but I think the big portion, if you're like me, is beat 'em up games. And this was one of the ones that in Puerto Rico, whenever I would go to the beach, my mom and I would stop at a place, and they had 2 arcade machines. One of them had this game, and I always make sure to play it. The other arcade machine had the game I'm going to be playing after this one, so be on the lookout for that. But it's a game on the Neo Geo, so going to put out a coin, and we're going to play as Lancelot. So one of the biggest struggles that we had with this arcade machine is that the joystick, as you can see here, is actually bigger than it was originally intended. So what ended up happening is we actually had to cut out some of the plastic on the side, but the buttons we had no problems with. And with the Arcade1UP machine, we actually ended up adding 2 additional buttons. As of the recording of this video, the off and on and the volume buttons do not have any functions, although I actually found out that you can change that so they're functional with the Raspberry Pi. But it requires some basic programming, and that's not really my strong suit. So I told my wife, she's actually a programmer, like, hey, if you can work on that, that would be awesome. We also put in an amplifier. So right now, I'm using the default speaker that this came with. It's not the best, it's not bassy, it's mono, it does not have stereo sound, but it hooks up to the amplifier just fine, and technically you can hear it. So anything that you're hearing in this video is actually just this microphone, because the fact that I didn't have the Elgato as a functioning thing means that I didn't really have an easy way to capture the sound. But something that I usually do is that I have a sound bar here. So I usually just plug it in via an auxiliary cable. But the goal is to eventually put in 2 brand new speakers and have this really sound awesome. Maybe add some LEDs to the back, because everybody's adding LEDs to everything, because LEDs are awesome. One of my favorite things and favorite reasons as to why I love this game is the fact that you get to level up at the end of each level. So let's see what happens here. I don't know if I did good enough to see some of the changes that I would love for you to see, because I know that as I keep doing some more retro stuff on this channel, some of you may have never played these games. Okay, so you saw he had a slight shine. What I love about the fact that whenever you level up in this game is that the actual clothing changes. Now, I never actually asked myself, like, does that actually amount to any changes? I never really found that out. but who cares? It just looks cool. And another thing that you guys may be asking before I move on to the next video or the next game is, why this? Because, I mean, I have a RetroPie. These games are super accessible. I can actually play this on the Switch. I have the Capcom Beat 'em Up collection, so if you guys would like me to play that down the line, I definitely could. But there's just something about having this in our home office here, our home office / entertainment place, and the fact that we've had company over that's just like, hey, turn it on, play whatever you want. And if somebody's watching TV, somebody can be playing this in the background. And it's just a nice thing to have for company. This actually has a really active modding community on Facebook, and I've seen people do crazy stuff. Sometimes it's crazy enough to the point that it's like, why not just make your own? Because I get that modding things is cool, but when you actually strip out and cut out so many things, is it not easier just to make your own? I don't know. But with that being said, we are going to be switching to Neo Geo now. When I went to that grocery store, I believe it was, the first thing that I played was Knights of the Round. But the second one, who does not love Metal Slug? One of my favorite things about this game is the sprites and the animation. It's so detailed, even playing it today. And I always love these booting screens. Doesn't that fill your heart? You just hear that and you see the Neo Geo logo. What I loved is there were different variations of the Neo Geo machines, and a lot of them, had 4 different game options that they just put the cartridges in. The place that I went to had the sit-down variation, which one of my goals has been completed, which is to have an arcade machine in our home. If I were to take that one step further, and this is a little bit louder, but I don't care because the music is awesome in this game. But the other thing that I would love is to have one of those small Neo Geo arcade machines, because they look so awesome. Which, by the way, if you guys would like me to cover some more arcade stuff, because that's not really something that I do in the channel. I've talked about Switch, I've talked about PS2, and hopefully I don't sound like I'm yelling, because this is really loud right now. I always love these guys. The fact that they were tied up, but they have heavy machine gun ammo. Oh, no. Oh. Don't you hate that in this game? Because if that happens, you lose your weapons. I also love the fact that whenever you get close to the enemies, he just cuts them. Don't be cutting that. See, it's those little details that make this game so damn good. And I know that some people may not like the slowdown that these games originally had, but there's a nostalgic aspect to that I would kind of be upset if they actually got rid of that. Growing up, this is one of the more challenging parts for me. Now it's not too bad. I die. Okay, you know what? Fine. Even though I have unlimited coins because I have this arcade machine, I am going to say I'm virtually out of coins because we've played Knights of the Round, we've played Metal Slug, and as I keep hitting this microphone, I am totally not used to doing videos standing up. I feel a lot more comfortable, actually. I get to move around a little bit more, but we are going to look for this game right here. Actually, let's do the first one. Who did not love playing Puzzle Bobble in a pizza place? Especially when... I can't interrupt that. I can talk over video game dialogue, I can talk over a lot of stuff, but not that. But going to a pizza place and playing this with the greasy buttons, is you have a pizza slice on the side, and I'm not saying that I used to do that, but I knew a lot of kids that would do that. Those kids were assholes. Growing up, I didn't really think about that, but now it's like, wait a minute, and where were the parents to really help out with that, right? Because that is horrible. Can I get this one? No! Okay, I have another try. I have another shot here. Yes! So good, so good. And one of my favorite things about the arcade, especially this game, is you can be playing by yourself, but all of a sudden, a random stranger comes in, and he puts a coin, and it's like, oh, is he one of them casuals? Is he not that great, or is he an expert, and you're going to get your ass kicked, and then you got to put some more coins in? Also, a question. For a Metal Slug in this, how expensive were they at your local arcade? Because for me, one thing that I loved about Neo Geo is that they usually used to be on the cheaper side. Like, those games used to cost like $0.25 to play. Those, to me, were some of the best games. Like, the King of Fighters, for whatever reason, I never loved those games. I could play them, but I was never a big fighting game guy. The only fighting game that I really loved, and usually I do this a lot faster, but The only fighting games that I loved were the Tekken Tag games. I also played Tekken 3, but Tekken Tag, that was my jam in the arcades. And even though we've gotten to round 4, let's go back here because now we're going to be playing a game that I first played at the Galloping Ghost Arcade. So I first played this about 2 years ago in November after Hurricane Maria in Puerto Rico. You know, once that hit, I went to Chicago. I met the Wizard of Gore, a longtime friend and supporter of the channel. And actually I have a video about the Galloping Ghost Arcade, so you can check that out right here. Apparently, they have since then expanded their arcade, and they already had a ton of games, but I first played Captain Commando there, and because you actually pay a one-time fee and then you can just go there and play all the games that you want, we played and beat this game in one sitting. And afterwards, we were all just sort of sitting there going like, can you imagine how many coins we actually would have had to spend to beat the game? Because towards the end of the game, I want to say that I was dying possibly like every minute or so. And just in case, because somebody may comment on this, yes, my shirt is actually on backwards. Whether you noticed or not, the reason is that because I wanted to avoid any reflection on screen, I don't have any just flat black shirt. This is a Shinsuke Nakamura WWE shirt. My first time seeing Captain Commando, and I guess many people had a similar situation, was Marvel vs. Capcom. I didn't know where he came from. It's kind of like Captain Falcon. Like I knew he was from F-Zero. But I knew a lot of people that just thought he was a straight-up Smash Brothers character. And no, I'm not going to be playing Turtles in Time in this video because I wanted to sort of go outside of the obvious games. Like, I could have played The Simpsons. The arcade game is amazing. Turtles in Time is great. So many other awesome games. So if you would like me to do a part 2, but a more sit-down thing, so maybe I just plug in, you know, where I do some emulation on the computer so you can appreciate the details a little more, and you would like me to play some arcade games, please let me know. Or maybe, hey, I could do this. Go to the comments section and just let me know what are some of your favorite arcade games, as I mentioned in the beginning. And I can maybe play your favorite arcade games that I purposely have never played before. Because I do have the Game Vault, which goes up every single Friday. And there I play some of the unplayed games in my video game library or games that I haven't played in a couple of years. But maybe on a Monday we can do a special video that's highlighting your favorite arcade games. And also let me know if you've never seen this game before, because I can't be the only person, and I'm beating Dick right now. I'm 5. Hey, could I play 2-player at the same time? Oh yeah, okay. Oh boy. Why? I immediately regret this decision. Wait. Maybe not. Maybe not. Okay. I go that way, you go this way. If I can somehow manage to get by this level using both controllers while talking to you fine, beautiful people, I'm going to be proud of myself. I'll be real. Okay, I can't even get on the machine. I'm trying. I am really trying right now. Okay, the dick is dead. The dick is dead. This is a cluster right now. No regrets, though. I've always said this channel is about being a little bit crazy, having a little bit of fun. And we're most definitely having fun. And not only that, I beat the first stage, I beat Dick, and I played as 2 characters at the same time. So now, the last game that I'm going to showcase is something that I played mostly on the PlayStation 3 and the PS1, and it is Super Puzzle Fighter 2. In a previous video, I showcased 5 Nintendo Switch party games, and in that I played Tetris 99. That's a really good game, but I'm not exactly great at it. And watch me be just absolutely terrible at this one right now. Okay, that is a little loud. Give me a second. I used to play this for hours because the PlayStation 3 one had online. And a lot of arcades growing up here, they did not have this game. So I'm just going to play as Ryu. So this has a lot more in common with Tetris Attack on the Super Nintendo, the one with Yoshi, than actual Tetris, or I don't really know too much about Puyo Puyo. I have the Puyo Puyo Tetris game on Switch, but not good. But you see that red orb, right? So if it connects to something else, like see, if blue connects with blue, watch what happens right now. Boom. So what you want to do is stack up as much as possible of the same color, so that way when you blow that up, it's like a massive thing, and it blows a lot of gems to your opponent. So I'm going to try. I'm not going to focus too much on a green because I want to show you an example. So notice that when I throw this now, see, it forms a bigger piece. I'm going to blow this one up. See, that's not too special. But I'm going to do this right now. Yeah, okay, that's definitely a lot better now. But this is one of the only puzzle games that really kept my interest, and I just keep going back to it. Like, I rarely use my PlayStation 3 anymore, but the few times that I play it is to actually play this game, which I have on PSN. Oh, the diamond is incredible. It'll blow up all the gems of the color that it touches. And as you saw, it did a bit of a stacking combination because as it knocked things down, it had a multiplying effect. There we go, finally. So we're going to play one more of this one because I love this game so much. And I think a big appeal, if you notice throughout the video, even though you can't really hear the sound as much as I would love you to be able to hear it, is the fact that, man, I got to stop doing this. Eventually, I'm going to mess up the microphone, but the soundtrack in each game, especially when you went to the arcade, before you saw the game, you heard the soundtrack, right? So as you kept walking, as you kept getting closer to the arcade machine of your preference, it's like, oh, there it is. This is actually one of my favorite tracks, so I'm actually going to do this right now. And that, my friends, was an incredible, beautiful track from Super Puzzle Fighter. Come on, where is it? I need the yellow piece. Are you kidding me? Look at that. Look at that beautiful thing in the middle. Oh, I got a diamond. Shine bright like a diamond. Yeah, get all that, Sakura. You're cool. You're cool in my book. Also, are you more of a Street Fighter Alpha /0, 2, 3? Which one's your preference? Oh, no, you ain't going to be making no comeback with me, okay? That's not going to be happening, okay? No. Hey. I don't like this. I don't like this, right? What's going on? What is this? Okay, this is not part of the script, Sakura. This is the last game in the video. I don't want to be losing here. Okay. We're going. Okay, that's going to help. I think we got it. Ooh, okay, look at that. Oh, no, she's got a diamond. I got to do this right now. Uh-oh. Yes! Got it. We got the job done, ladies and gentlemen. We were able to showcase the modified Arcade1UP Street Fighter 2 machine, which they got a lot of these. And the sad part is that we got this one. And my first thought after putting everything together is, can we fit another one? Although, real talk, I don't know if you knew about this, but a lot of people actually create virtual pinball machines where they put a really big monitor at the bottom and they put a smaller one up top, and you can load in a ton of pinball games. So that is something incredible. That's definitely not going to be happening in 2019 here, simply because we do not have the room for it. But folks, hopefully you enjoyed this unique, this creative experience as I showcased a lot of my favorite arcade games inside the Arcade1UP machine. So once again, please let me know which are some of your favorite arcade games that you will love for me to play in a future video. And if you like this video, if you like what I do, if you like our conversations, if you had yourself a pretty good time, you hit that subscribe button, you hit that notifications bell so you can be notified of when the latest videos do become available. And you may have seen in your subscription feed that I recently played Pokemon Snap for the N64 right here on YouTube. Just in the spur of the moment, out of nowhere, I decided to do that, and a lot of you had awesome conversations with me, so I am definitely going to sporadically be doing that right here on the channel. So don't be afraid to check out the community section of the YouTube channels. If you're on your phone app, when you hit subscriptions feed, you can actually do videos only or videos and posts, because whenever I stream, I'm going to make sure to poll you guys as to what I should play. Some of you suggested that I play JRPGs because those are lengthy games. Those are games that lead to just, pretty laid-back conversations between you and me. So I'm thinking of a couple of options. So maybe on every Wednesday or so, I'll be polling you guys, and then every 2 weeks, depending my availability, I'll be doing those random streams and then leaving a high-definition archive right here on the channel. So up until next time, thanks for watching, and never forget, folks, that because I got myself 7,700 games right here in the Arcade1UP machine, This video has concluded, but the epic journey most definitely continues. So thank you for watching, gang. Take care. Goodbye.